You were wondering how long it would take me to get to the Escort Cosworth. Well, we're there at last, but only to demonstrate what I mean by quick. Sit back now and watch the Cosy get a pasting. The Lotus gets to the quarter-of-a-mile post 1.7 seconds faster, which puts it in the Premier League. A league for cars that can get from 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. Let's start with the Aston Martin Vantage. Now, it weighs about twice as much as a Golf GTI, so you'd expect it to have twice as much power. No, it has 4 times as much. Weighs the same as a planet, goes like the Starship Enterprise. For years, right back to the days when Brill Cream was a popular fashion accessory, people have argued loudly and with much finger-pointing about the 911. Does it understeer? Does it oversteer? Does it really matter? What we've all forgotten is that the 911 Turbo, and this latest incarnation in particular, is fast enough to rearrange your internal organs. The engine in this Lotus Esprit may look like something out of a vacuum cleaner, but it's a twin-turbo V8. So the Esprit has just reached puberty. It'll be shaving next. Surprise, surprise, the Dodge Viper. Now, as you would expect, Uncle Sam's answer to the European hypercar has an engine that you don't measure in cubic centimetres or cubic inches, you measure it in acres. Now you're thinking, what on earth is this doing here? I mean, it only has a 2-litre Vauxhall engine, and indeed it does. But that 2-litre Vauxhall engine is basically the same as the one they fit in the touring cars. And remember, the Caterham weighs about the same as a J-cloth. And so, the big Brit bruiser from Blackpool, the TVR Cerbera. This car is fast enough to create its own weather. So, what we have here are 6 of the most blood-curdling cars in the world, and a 2-mile runway. I feel a race coming on. What we're going to do is blast them down the track for a mile to find the fastest production car in the world. And before you all start saying, oh, what about the X or the Y or the Z, I should explain. We have no McLaren F1 or Jaguar XJ220 or Ferrari F50 because they're limited run ultra cars. We've no Ferrari 512 because when Ferrari heard about the competition, they refused to play ball. And we've no Lamborghini Diablo because I've already raced one against a Vantage and it lost. So, time to answer the burning question. Fingers in your ears, which is the fastest production car in the world? We decided to opt for a drag strip style race to take driving skill out of the equation as much as possible. This would be a battle of horsepower and, as the speed builds up, of aerodynamics. So, what would win? Clever Money said the Caterham would take an early lead, but in the mid-ranges where ballsy power was needed, the Vantage would come good. On sound alone, the big Aston had already won. But the Clever Money was all wrong. Despite the Caterham's lightweight, its tiny engine was no match for this lot. The Porsche surged ahead, but whoa, look at that TVR! The Vantage 2 was struggling, being left miles behind the Blackpool Rocket. 2,300 horsepower here, tearing up the Leicestershire countryside, and at half distance it's still TVR, Porsche, just ahead of the Lotus. Is the TVR going to do it? Can it really do a standing mile in less than 30 seconds? Close! Too close! A bit like the race, really. When I first tested this Cerbera, I remember thinking that it was fast. I mean, indecently, staggeringly, face-distortingly fast. But I had no idea it could do this. Just about the cheapest car here turned out to be the fastest.